Murderabilia.
Murderabilia.
It's a disturbing hobby, collecting murderabilia.
There's no need to feel guilty. I haven't done anything I'm ashamed of.
Boys along the street and swatted them like flies.
He was saving body parts such as skulls.
We are in Manchester, Tennessee, right across from Pete Sane Road, the house where Gregory Scott Hale murdered, dismembered, and cannibalized a woman.
Police say a woman has been murdered and dismembered in Coffee County. Authorities say 37-year-old Gregory Scott Hale admitted to the crime. According to an affidavit, Hale told investigators he dismembered the woman's body and buried her torso in a burn pile at his home. He also admitted to eating part of the victim after murdering her. Police have not released the name of the woman.
My name is Sheppard. I am a co-owner of Offbeat Oddities and Collectibles.
I am Chelsea Sheppard, and I'm one of the co-owners of Offbeat Oddities and Collectibles. Offbeat Oddities and Collectibles is a brand that my husband and I started several years ago.
We sell true crime artifacts. That can be anything from serial killer artwork to death row artwork to dirt from a kill site. My favorite artifact that I've collected thus far that we had in our possession would probably be the shoes that Gary Ray Bowles, a serial killer, was executed in Florida. They came along with his a copy of the death certificate and all the paperwork from his lawyer.
The more notorious the murders, the more value that murderabilia holds. Our very first piece of murderabilia was a 2-page front and back letter from a serial killer called Jack Trawick. He was out of Alabama, and he went into extreme detail about some of his murders, and that was pretty disturbing. It was pretty hard to stomach reading some of it.
We've had a Zoom call with a kind of alleged serial killer that's currently out of prison.
This is why the prosecution decided not to pursue the cannibalism thing, and anyways it was a minor thing compared to the murder, so they decided to prosecute the murder. I was convicted of murder, but not cannibalism.
We specifically went to Arthur Shawcross sites, and his first 2 victims were children, and we ended up going to one of those sites, and we didn't take anything from it because the reality sunk in that while we were there, an 8-year-old girl lost her life because of this monstrous person, and it didn't feel right. We have a little girl the same age, so yeah, it really weighs heavy on you sometimes.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, my name's Chad, a filmmaker out of Nashville, Tennessee, and we're doing a spot on true crime, and we're trying to locate the liquor store involved in like the Gregory Scott Hale case.
I don't know if that was, I think it was Oak Liquors.
It was what?
Liquors, I think so. I don't know for sure. I know the guy. Remember talking with the guy who cut up the girl and stuff?
Yeah.
Listen, there are dangerous people out there. They live next door to us. This woman, the woman that was killed, met this guy in a liquor store.
Supposedly back in like 2014, he met a woman at this liquor store and then took her to his house where he murdered and dismembered her. Scott, yeah.
Yeah, I remember Scott Hale, right?
Yeah, Scott Hale. Yeah.
Dude, they came up here like 2 days before that.
Yeah.
I do remember, but they had been hanging out for a while. And dude, he is really like a pretty soft guy.
Yeah. So somebody you would have never expected, huh?
No, I think he just shit himself. I think they were doing something a little kinky, and I think he got scared and decided to try to dispose of it.
Yeah.
I don't even think he would have eaten her. If you didn't know him,
yeah,
he didn't.
You think all of that? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We did jam together a whole bunch, and he was goofy as fuck, and was always cutting up. He just had a dark sense of humor and shit. I still kind of think what happened was they were just doing some kinky sex shit, and because they were both into that, she was very adamant about that shit. Like,
yeah.
And she didn't hesitate to talk about it.
Yeah.
And she'd do it when there was a bunch of people in that group. And I still think what happened was they were fucking around, and they probably were doing some dope or something like that.
Yeah.
And she wound up fucking they wound up, he strangled her first.
Yeah.
I think it was all just sex or whatever, and then he shit himself trying to be like, oh my God.
After she had died, he tried to cover it up.
That's right.
Maybe.
He was always like, he would literally hug you.
Yeah. Would you ever read the quote where he said he'd hug people to kind of figure out how big he needed to dig a hole?
You want to try this cell phone number?
Let's try it. It's worth trying, right? And the worst thing to do is tell us to fuck off, and if so, I understand, you know. So if it gives us closer on the property, then it's at least worth that. It's got to be wild living there after that happened, because you know they think about that shit every day.
Hello?
Yes. I found this number on the internet associated with the property at 750 Pete Sane Road. Is this the right number?
Yes.
We are some filmmakers from Nashville. We're doing a spotlight on like true crime. I didn't know if you guys had lived there for a long time or... Hello?
There's your answer.
There's the answer.
Damn.
He sounded sad. He almost felt bad.
Yeah.
All right, so we're not getting anywhere with that. We at least want to get some footage of the backyard. That's where
We gotta get some dirt first of
and
all.
get some dirt
Like we've come all this way, so the goal was to get dirt
for the purpose of selling.
Yeah. So we came all this way. There is a side road. We should be able to, it's a long driveway, so we should be able to go like halfway down, see the fire pit area, and at least collect dirt as close to that as possible. It'd be closer than the front yard, in my opinion.
Without disturbing anyone. We're getting some dirt right now. We're probably about 50 to 75 feet from the fire pit.
From inside the fence as well. Yeah. So we just got back from visiting Manchester, Tennessee, where we went to Gregory Scott Hale's home, or former home, I guess, where he killed or strangled, dismembered, and buried and allegedly cannibalized his victim, allegedly. So,
how do you think it went?
Thoughts?
I think it went great, to be honest. Learned a lot about old Scott, things we didn't know before. It was definitely a new experience for me.
Things we didn't want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we did the best we could with the tools we had. We made some phone calls. We tracked down the liquor store. I mean, we couldn't have been better meeting someone who actually was in a band with him and had an insight on what kind of person he was. So I think it went pretty well. And we still have some leads out there. I gave the guy the phone number. Maybe we hear back from some other people. Maybe we get a different artifact.
Yeah.
And then maybe the haunted places call back. So we might have a couple more things to add.
Yeah.
The hardest part is going to be editing this to only 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, but we did it. We're back. We're safe.
Our first daytime hunt with people interaction.
Yeah.
I think it went over well.
And bringing somebody with us too.
Yeah.
It was good work, team.
That was good. Bam. Oh! One more time.